Do you ever get the feeling things are getting stranger out there? I'm your host Deciphra, and tonight we're decoding all things dark and twisted that the internet has to offer. Get comfortable and enjoy.
Oh, fuck! No, 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 no! No! No!
We need lifeguard now. We have one kid down, one adult male down.
So 113, contact 105, 116.
Yeah, it just shows police walk into other people's nightmares every single shift. One decision can destroy multiple lives forever, including their own.
How much money would they need to pay you to jump in the Navy's indoor ocean? Before you answer that question, watch this video. It is a very violent wave pool that is almost 40 feet deep, and it has super high waves. These are the hydraulics that act as the tidal wave makers. Watch this. That's disgusting. These are what wave pool mechanics look like today. They're super safe. They have the bars, even though these pictures are disgusting. But the indoor Navy ocean has these. That was built in the 1960s. And it's these like flippers that go like this. And people have gotten sucked into them. There's a bunch of stories on the internet, but here's one particular that I found on Reddit. Paddle type wave pool mechanism. Same type I was sucked into when I was 8 years old. My story, I was 8, swimming too close to the deep end in the wave pool, and I was sucked right up against the hydraulic panels that make the waves. Lucky for me, they shut it down instantly as I was picked up from a lifeguard. If that doesn't freak you out enough, they also use that indoor Navy pool and all the waves to test out like submarines and stuff for the Navy and ships and make sure that they're good on that rocky ocean. So they almost always have some mechanophobia horror in that indoor ocean. Built in 1962, renovated in 2013, it's a massive 360 foot long, 220 foot wide, and 20 to 35 feet deep. So my question is, once again, now that you know all that information, how much money would they have to pay you to swim from one end to the other? For me, $700 million, no more, no less. If this video disturbed you, you probably have submechanophobia, which is the fear of man-made things underwater. And I make a lot of content about it, so if you're interested, follow for more.
Enormous raging waves trapped inside a warehouse like a caged monster. We really looked at the ocean and said, hold my beer, we can make it worse indoors.
Guys, new footage is now starting to surface of the scientist that was researching anti-gravity. She's in a complete panic in the video, saying that she was being hit by some kind of energy weapon and she has the burns on her body to prove it. Her name was Amy Eskridge, and she wasn't just working on free energy, she was actually trying to research how to manipulate gravity itself. She claimed that this has been discovered 4 different times, and every single time it was covered up before it could go public. In the video, she's working on a computer that isn't even connected to the internet. She says that somebody is scanning what she's typing through the window, and it's burning her hands while she's typing.
My hands still burn because there's damage, but it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded, and it was like relief, like immediately.
Whenever she went to block the window, she said that the burning stopped immediately and there was an outline of her body left on the glass. You can literally see her posture in the window as if it was an x-ray. A former CIA weapons expert on her team identified the exact device, and he said that it was powered by car batteries inside of a vehicle that was parked outside of her home. And actually, for 4 to 5 years straight, she reported multiple different times that an Eastern European man in a Lexus had been parked outside of her house watching her. Amy Eskridge is the woman that texted her friend and said that if they say that I did this to myself, I did not, and then they ruled it as self-inflicted. She predicted exactly what they would say. They said it. I'm gonna be staying updated on this, so make sure you add me and come back for more.
Yeah, whether it was an accident, suicide, or something darker, the message is pretty clear. Certain discoveries are not allowed to reach the public. What do you guys think on this one? Just imagine if the other cable had snapped while they were fired straight upwards at full speed. You wouldn't have gently fallen back down. You would have been turned into human confetti across the entire fairground.
Abandoned places, then versus now.
Things that bother you, they never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Things that bother you, they never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Haven't it bother you, they never bother me. I feel happy and fine, living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Haven't got a lot, I don't need a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Yeah, seeing Six Flags New Orleans completely underwater was quite a shock. What was once full of screams of excitement is now silent, rusting and submerged. Even our happiest places eventually become monuments to decay.
This might be the scariest video by accident. Look, okay. Originally it was just this girl, she's like getting ready and she's just filming herself, right? What happens during the video, she gets a call from an Uber driver that's driving their kid somewhere. Check this out. The Uber driver says, hey, so I have your kid here and I've been on the market for a kid. I'm thinking of like keeping him. What? Listen, the Uber driver says this. Listen, before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
You picked up my child. Why are you calling me from his phone? I want to buy a child. It's a marketplace. My business is your son. Please, okay. Can you come back? We can talk about it in person.
He's trying to take the kid.
Sorry.
And they have it on camera. Sorry, I don't think so.
To the location that you picked him up from.
Yo, fam. Crazy.
They hung up, I mean.
And they hung up.
Fucking God.
Crazy. Uber?
Just a quiet, chilling proposition while a child is trapped in the car with her. That moment she realised trust in strangers can evaporate in a single sentence.
Don't look at the store. Look at the mannequin. Because something about it is seriously off. At first, it just looks hyper-realistic. The skin, the eyes, even the expression feels almost too lifelike. But then you notice a chain hooked from the top of its head straight into its mouth, dragging its body upward and forcing it into this stiff, unnatural position, like it's being held there, and somehow nobody around reacts like anything's wrong. As the camera moves closer, the uneasiness starts to build, because the closer you look, the less it feels like a mannequin and more like something pretending to be one. And then right when you think that's the worst part, the camera shifts slightly back and reveals another identical figure standing behind it. Same face, same expression, except that one isn't still, it's moving. And at that point you realize you might not be looking at mannequins at all.
Now just imagine getting locked in the store after closing, surrounded by dozens of these things in the dark. Yeah, no thanks. I think I'd rather sleep outside in the parking lot. Yeah, imagine owning a massive home and then one day in 2015, the whole family just walks out and never comes back. They left it all, the money, memories, belongings, like the house was suddenly cursed. Some people downsized, these people chose to disappear.
People who could have changed the world but disappeared. Rudolf Diesel. In 1893, Rudolf Diesel invented an engine designed to run on vegetable oil, not petroleum. His invention threatened the entire oil industry. In 1913, he boarded a steamship heading to London for a secret meeting with the British government. He never arrived. His cabin was untouched. His body was found floating in the English Channel 10 days later. No one was ever charged. Gerald Bull. In the 1960s, Canadian engineer Gerald Bull designed a supergun powerful enough to launch satellites into orbit at a fraction of the cost of rockets. Governments lined up to work with him. In 1990, he was found dead outside his Brussels apartment. 5 bullets. His briefcase was untouched. No robbery, no arrest, no answers. Victor Schauberger. In the 1940s, Austrian inventor Victor Schauberger developed energy technology based on water vortexes. After World War II, he was taken to the United States and pressured into signing over every single patent and piece of research he had. He returned to Austria with nothing. 5 days later, he was dead. Coincidence or something else?
Yeah, just imagine if he had survived that journey. His vision of engines running on vegetable oil and waste fuels could have changed agriculture and transportation. Instead, we got locked into petroleum dependency. One suspicious death in the ocean and suddenly the future looks a lot more profitable for the right kinds of people.
American singer David has been accused of buying tools online, including chainsaws, after prosecutors said he stabbed a teenage girl to death. David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, has pleaded not guilty to murder. He appeared in court on Wednesday, where prosecutors said these were part of steps he took to cover his tracks before 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez's dismembered body was found in his car. They said he met Celeste when she was 11 and alleged he started sexually abusing her when she was 13 and he was 18. They alleged the teen sent texts threatening to reveal their interactions and destroy his life before she was killed. The court filing also states that CCTV footage shows Burke was the last person to drive his Tesla, where the body was found in September 2025. After it was discovered, his worldwide tour was cancelled. Another hearing is due to take place next month.
Yeah, this is the kind of darkness that makes you question how many monsters are hiding behind microphones and millions of streams.
Why you put the music? Why you put the music?
What the f***?
Why you put the music?
What the f*** is going? God damn it.
Pour qui?
I don't speak France.
Pour qui? Mais tu vas comprendre ce que j'ai à dire, espèce de... Tu t'es pris pour qui pour faire ça de matin?
I don't speak.
It's the morning. Why you... cops are coming. You stay here.
No.
You stay here. Why you put the music? Why you put the music?
What the f***?
Why you put the music? Espèce d'enculé de ta mère!
God damn.
Enculé de ta
Get
mère!
the f*** away from
Espèce
me.
d'enculé de ta mère! Pourquoi tu mets la musique?
I turned it down.
Espèce d'enculé!
God damn.
Espèce d'enculé! Espèce d'enculé!
Damn.
Ta
Get
mère!
the what the fuck? What? Holy shit.
The guy went from dropping beats to literally getting dropped by 50,000 volts here.
This is exactly why you should never explore abandoned houses. As these guys reached the stairs, they noticed something strange. a wire dangling from the ceiling. From another angle, they realized it was a trap, a knife aimed to swing straight into someone's throat. They tested it from a safe distance, and just as they feared, if they'd taken one step, they wouldn't be alive to tell the story.
That is absolutely crazy. I mean, most people leave behind furniture. These guys decided to leave behind attempted murder.
The pressure dropped from 9 atmospheres to 1 in a fraction of a second. 3 divers were vaporized from the inside, while the 4th was sucked through a 24-inch crack. No warning, just impact.
Yeah, one wrong move and the ocean turned them into red mist and human spaghetti. That is absolutely brutal.
Are we really supposed to sit here and believe this nigga just offed himself?
They're as serious as a heart attack. And if it wasn't for these universal laws, they would have taken me out.
I think they would have.
They've tried and tried and tried. I have been given death threats directly from the Rothschilds 3 different times. They have actually had somebody that they could talk to.
Straw parties.
It's from them, through this person, to me, 3 times. Direct death threats from the Rothschilds. Shut up or we're going to take you out. And I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it.
Because what they really try to do is they try to lure you in with a honey trap that gets you to authorize your own death. That's how it works.
But you need to be careful, and let me tell you why. We are being plagued with naturopathic doctors being murdered. That's happening all around the country, all around the planet these days. We have had biochemists killed. Stephen Quayle and I have talked about that for years.
Love him or hate him, the man was one of the loudest voices in the alternative world. When voices like that go silent so soon after naming specific powerful bloodlines, it leaves a chill that's pretty hard to shake.
People who survived unsurvivable things. Number 1, Frane Selak, known as the world's luckiest man. In 1962, he survived a major train crash that dumped him into a river. A year later in 1963, a plane door blew off mid-flight, and he was sucked halfway out but managed to hold on and was pulled back in. In 1970, his car exploded into flames while he was driving, but he escaped just in time. Then in 1973, he survived being hit by a bus. Finally, in 1995, he crashed into a canal but got away unharmed. And the craziest part? In 2003, he won over $1 million in the lottery. Number 2, the soldier who didn't know the war had ended. Japanese soldier Hiroo Onoda kept fighting World War II for 29 years, completely unaware it had ended. He got stranded in the Philippine jungle in 1944 and survived on coconuts, bananas, and stolen livestock, all while being convinced the enemy was still out there. He ignored leaflets, radios, and search parties, thinking they were all enemy tricks. Onoda finally surrendered in 1974 when his former commander was flown in to personally order him to stand down, nearly 3 decades after the war was over.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, he lost his 20s, 30s, and 40s to a conflict that only existed in his mind. After all that, the taxman probably still wanted him to file back taxes for 3 decades. Can you imagine the bank manager's face when he walked in through those front doors? This man closed the conversation permanently after this.
This is the scariest real moment caught on a children's TV show. Hi, I'm Grace. Can I be your horror girly? On January 11th, 2001, Brazilian TV icon Xuxa stepped onto the set of Xuxa Park. Xuxa Park was a wildly popular children's TV program at the time. As the episode was ending, the cast gathered for one more song. The cameras were rolling, people were dancing, music was playing. Little did they realize that behind them, the prop spaceship had caught on fire. And at first, they had literally no idea this was even happening. A crew member actually ran up to try to stop the fire, but the flames spread instantly. Within seconds, the entire set was burning. Smoke filled the studio and a wide panic broke out. Just off camera was the show's Ferris wheel. There was a young boy who was trapped inside the Ferris wheel as the fire was growing. Thank God the staff ran in and they pulled him out, helping him get free moments before it was too late. The fire ended up being caused by an electrical shortage. The set was destroyed, many people were injured, but thank God everybody survived. The show did not, though. Shusha Park was immediately canceled, pulled from the air. That was the last episode they ever filmed.
So poor planning, cheap flammable materials, and inadequate safety checks all came together at pretty much the worst possible moment.
People saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And here's what I've realized through all of this. Truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Most people can only take so much before they either fold or explode. Saying that, check out this next clip of her.
Watch as her face changes. Check this out right here and pay attention. Look at that, how her face completely changes. That is very bizarre to say the least, but maybe there's nothing to it at all. But it is just very bizarre that she goes from looking as happy as possible, and then the very next second, as soon as she touches her chin, her complete demeanor changes to a very serious and eerie and mean look.
I don't know about you, but if she looked at me like that while I was recording, I'd probably drop the phone and walk away very slowly. The most viral moment of his journey isn't him reaching the destination, it was him becoming a hood ornament.
Captain, he's passed out behind the wheel. He is passed out behind the wheel.
I see it. He's gonna hit the other boat.
Is the dude okay?
Yeah, all I can say on this one is that's going to be one expensive pile of fiberglass and regret.
Hey y'all, they don't even see each other because of the fog, and when they do, it's too late. Look how close they are, bro. Y'all know the people on these boats were freaking out. They're so lucky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, for a second there, I thought we were going to recreate the Titanic, but with 20,000 shipping containers sinking to the bottom of the ocean instead of an orchestra. Things are definitely getting stranger out there. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, and I'll see you in the next one.